Hi, I'm James Dunn. Welcome to the Inside Network.
Welcome to INDepth, and joining me today is Max Swango, founding partner and managing director of Invesco's global real estate team. Welcome, Max.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
Max, does the return of inflation require a different approach to investing in property?
Different, yes. Historically, inflation has been a great leading indicator for property. Property has historically done very well in inflationary times, and in fact, the higher the rate of inflation, the better the performance of real estate, historically speaking. Clearly, there are things that we can look for in our portfolio that can be a benefit. You want shorter term leases, so investing in sectors like residential that have one-year leases, or even when we're working with tenants to create new leases, making them shorter rather than longer.
What impact will rising interest rates have on your portfolios? I know it's global and different markets have different characteristics, but
Sure.
Really, what is the overall impact?
Well, big picture, one of the best leading indicators for strong real estate, for strong property performance has been rising interest rates. So in my career, I've been with Invesco Real Estate for 34 years. There have been 7 times when the U.S. Treasury has gone up for at least 3 consecutive quarters. The last 6 of those 7 times, cap rates on property have actually gone down. And that's because when rates have been going up, the economy has actually been growing, creating more demand for property space. Occupancies go up, rents go up, cash flows go up, and values go up.
Has the COVID pandemic altered the fundamentals for the office sector permanently? This idea that we were all going to work from home, which we did do, but are we all going to come back to the office, holus bolus?
We are coming back to the office. Every city, every country, every city is a little bit different. Obviously, Tokyo is different than Melbourne, is different than New York and Dallas. And all the pandemic did was accelerate trends that were already happening. We were developing technology that would allow us to be more flexible in our work environments, and we've always had a level of flexibility. Most companies have had some flexibility in their work habits, whether they're working from home or from the office or wherever. That will continue, but I do see that more and more companies are coming back. They're recognizing that they're better together. And they've got to collaborate, they've got to IQ compound, they've got to mentor their young people. Even young people don't want to be in an office where the senior people aren't. They want to be able to network with those people and learn from those people. And so the best company to attract and retain the best talent, you've got to be in the office.
It was quite exciting initially, wasn't it, to work by Zoom and do it from home, and it was looking like the way we were going to be. But as you say, just that serendipity of running into someone in a corridor and having a conversation, you might not have seen that person in your normal day.
Exactly.
That we're humans.
We proved that we can maintain business on a 1-hour Zoom call per day. If you really want the best companies that can grow their businesses have got to be together. They've got to collaborate. They've got to IQ compound.
And could you, as an investor, ever really close a deal without having been face-to-face with the vendor?
It's so hard. It's so hard. That's right.
What about the shopping centre mall debate? A lot of belief that those assets have been permanently harmed by Biden. That quite amazing factor that came into their world, where had anyone ever really thought, what would happen if people aren't allowed to go to these places?
Well, many shopping centers have been permanently changed. Many have, and the world has too much retail space, and the biggest abuser of that is the United States. The United States has far too much retail space. Again, the pandemic just accelerated a trend that was already happening. We were already repurposing some of our retail space. It's just happening much more quickly now. Now, the interesting thing is the retail space that's left is outperforming significantly. The retailers are going to occupy less square footage per company than they did before, but they want to be in the best locations and they're willing to pay higher rents to get there.
What about in office, for example? Is the definition of a prime property changing from the beautifully built and designed glass and steel skyscraper on 5th Avenue, New York, to a more funky place where people want to work?
Yeah, of course. I walked into this beautiful office and said, this is the future of office. This is a 100-year-old brick and beam building with tall ceilings and beautiful windows in a cool neighborhood surrounded by, you could probably walk to 100 restaurants in Melbourne from here, right? It's not different in any city around the world. New York, we sold Midtown Manhattan back in 2015 and we bought Chelsea. Lower Manhattan is where the growing technology companies want to be. So there is a bit of that trend for sure.
This question, last question, I imagine this has been really exciting for a property veteran, that the new niches that have emerged, for example, logistics property, data centres, what new emerging property sectors have you really excited?
Yeah, I'd say top of the list, and of the obviously logistics is everybody's favorite sector today for obvious reasons. Residential is probably a close second today. The residential properties are doing very well. The interesting thing is the emerging part of the residential sector that's most interesting to us is single-family rentals. So we have now developed and owned technology that allows us to buy large-scale portfolios of single-family rental properties at interesting cap rates relative to what a traditional multifamily would be. And I think that if we look back to when we started our business in the 1980s, most of multifamily properties were individually owned by wealthy families. That's what the single-family rental market is today. I think that you'll see the institutionalization of single-family rental properties over the next decade.
Thank you, Max. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Great being here. Thank you.